Joe, good to talk to you. You know, this deal, potential deal that was announced earlier this week really got us talking to say, is the activity going to start to pick up even more going into 2024, despite the thinking that when we're in a higher rate environment, M&A isn't necessarily the first place companies look?
Sure. Yes. Well, first of all, thanks a lot for having me on here. And yes, we have been seeing a few deals here and there, but the overall takeaway, I think, is just that M&A, it's been slow, from all of this year, and it was much slower in 2022 than it was in 2021. So it's going to take time for the recovery to really kick in. As you mentioned, the higher rates. I mean, the higher rate environment certainly makes M&A more challenging, but something that could help M&A in 2024 is if rates are expected to stay higher for longer, but if they stop rising, if they stay at an elevated rate without increasing, that can help boost M&A activity, just because buyers have a better idea on what their financing is going to cost. When it's rising, the financing, it gets more expensive. It can even get more expensive from the time that you announce the deal to the time that the deal is actually completed.
And Joe, as we dig into the size of the deals versus the number of deals, then what does that mean in terms of expectations for 2024? And which sectors look perhaps the most ripe for more M&A activity?
Sure. Yeah. So I was recently looking at some of our data on large M&A deals. I mean, the large M&A deals have been very muted this year. I think we've seen 14 $10 billion plus M&A deals since the start of the second quarter. And I was looking back at our data, and it was in the second quarter of 2019 alone, we saw 14 deals over $10 billion. And, along with the higher interest rates, another deterrent for large deals, especially in the U.S., has been the antitrust pushback from the current administration. Not all the deals that have been getting pushback have actually been terminated. Some of them have gone through. Especially the biggest example is the Microsoft Blizzard deal. But that deal did face a lot of challenges. So it's, the pushback from the regulators on M&As has certainly elongated the process. And as the process gets longer, it adds cost, and it certainly brings some pause, but before companies want to pursue transactions. So it's definitely been a deterrent, that the antitrust pushback.